Well, hello, and welcome to my world, folks. I am Cedrick LaFleur, and I'm your host. Welcome to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. You know, everybody, I am Cedrick LaFleur, your host, and I'm excited to be here with you again today. You know, Talk Leadership with Cedrick is where we focus on leadership and personal growth with business leaders, educators, and local thought leaders. Our goal is to introduce our audience to leaders who are making an impact with innovative ideas. Now, you know, our guiding leadership principle is the law of consistency, folks. And the lady that I have with us tonight, she breeds this law of consistency. You know, law of consistency says motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you going and growing, right? All you have to do is develop the good habits that lead to success. And let me tell you what, just showing up is 80% of success. See, some people don't even show up. You can easily beat them out by just consistently showing up. Now, you know, the boss, Bruce Springsteen, said, a time comes when you need to stop waiting for the man or woman you want to become and start being the man or woman you want to be. So tonight we have another dynamic leader with us in the studio who is showing up consistently, and she's becoming that woman that she wants to be. In fact, she's already the woman she wants to be. She's just continuing to go on a higher level, right? So, you know, every week I like to do a proper introduction of my guests. So let me properly introduce you to Miss Britney Matthew. Hello, Britney.
Hello.
And welcome to the show. So let me read Brittany's bio. Brittany Matthew was born in Christiansted, St. Croix, in the U.S. Virgin Islands. However, she has been a Houston native for over 20 years. She is a professional athlete for the Virgin Islands. She's a digital entrepreneur, and she's a student. Her basketball career began at the tender age of 7 years old. As she continued to excel in the sport, she attended High Tower High School. Her senior year, they made it to the state championship and had a record of 32-3. But unfortunately, they fell in the state championship to the Gumake sisters at Cypher High School. um, she was blessed to receive a Division I scholarship. Yeah, she was that good, folks. I used to watch her play. She was that good. She received a Division I scholarship to play at Stephen F. Austin State University. She graduated. Well, they actually won 2 or 4 conference titles while she was there. She graduated in 2015, and then she continued to compete in many different countries with Team Virgin Islands. Now, let me just give you a few countries. We're just going to mention a few, all right? She's played in the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, Canada, Colombia, Peru, Argentina. May not say more. We're talking about Miss Britney Matthew here now. She is so grateful for all those opportunities. However, she knows that she can't play basketball forever. Father Time is going to catch up with everybody, right? Which is why she decided to dive into entrepreneurship. She helps others create multiple streams of income by introducing them to platforms that offer tools and services to generate income. Now, everybody should be excited and interested in multiple streams of income. She has also been accepted into the Texas Women's University to start her doctorate degree in occupational therapy. And that's an amazing feat. So let's welcome Ms. Britney Matthew to the show.
Thank you so
Man,
much. So much.
you are welcome. You have one heck of a resume. So we're excited to talk with you tonight.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, Brittany, I read your bio, but our audience normally like to hear from you. You know, tell us a little bit about your leadership journey and how did you get to where you are today?
My leadership journey and how I got to where I am today. Well, leadership is a never-ending process. I truly believe that. But the way that I got to where I am today, I would say it definitely started with playing basketball as a point guard, um, and just really adapting and being able to help others and assist them in any way. Up until this point, personal growth and development is what's really helped me get to where I am, and I'm continuing to grow. So
Okay, all right. And she was one heck of a point guard here in Houston. I can tell you that, folks. So tell us, Brittany, something fun and interesting and something exciting about you.
something fun, interesting, and exciting. Well, I love adventures. Like if we go on vacation, like we going kayaking, we going zip lining, we jumping off a cliff into the ocean, like we doing all kind of fun stuff. So I like to go on adventures. I like to have fun. I like to express myself. So that is definitely something fun.
Okay. All right. You are an adventurous person. All right. So how do you're always smiling, you always have this smile on your face, right? So how is it that you smile every day?
I would say life is super short. Like you could be here today, gone tomorrow. And I've been through some experiences where I've witnessed death really, really close, and I've witnessed illness really close. And it's just you might as well have the time in your life because you never know when things can change for you or your family. So I try
Yeah.
to smile as much as I can.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a radiant smile, so keep it up. It lights up the world. So before we dive into business, you were a great high school and college basketball player, right? So tell us a little bit about your playing days in high school and in college. I know you still compete at the professional level, but tell us a little bit about your journey through high school and college playing basketball.
It's actually so funny. Before I got to high school, I attended a kids college camp where they offered different courses, and basketball was one of the courses. And I was just there training, and one of the trainers was actually the coach at my prospective high school, Hightower High School, Coach Deborah Mize. So we connected very, very early. She used to actually come to my middle school games, and then I started going to Hightower, playing with her. My freshman year, I averaged about 19 points per game, and she wanted to move me up to varsity, but it just wasn't the time yet mentally. But we definitely had a good run. My junior year when we went to state, just being able to play on that stage in Austin was a blessing. And was able to get some good looks from different colleges and attend Stephen F. Austin State University, where I met up with Coach Brandon Snyder. And instantly we had a connection, and I loved playing for him, playing with him. He gave me a lot of perspective about the game and really taught me a lot. So I'm just honored to even have access to play basketball and use it as a tool, and to be able to move forward in my life. So
Okay, all right. Yeah, Brittany was a smooth player on the floor and always working hard. There was one game that I remember. You may not remember this game, but you guys were playing in Atlanta at Swanee Sports Complex,
yeah.
and um, that game, you guys were down in the first half of the game,
Uh-huh.
and the second half. I mean, you came out and I mean, you just had a dynamic second half of the game. And I remember sitting and watching you play and talking to some coaches, college coaches who were all in that sports complex about what you're doing on the floor. And I'll never forget. I remember the course you guys were playing on and everything. Do you remember playing in Swanee?
I do remember playing in that gym. That was a lot of adrenaline, a lot of like fight. I do remember that. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, so now you're playing at the professional level and playing in all these different countries. So, what do you like best about playing in pro sports?
What I like most about that is definitely the experience, getting exposed to different cultures, getting to network with different college athletes across the world because they're leaders in their own right too. And that, to me, just the experience of it all, going from country to country and then playing and excelling something that you've worked hard on. So it just brings everything together. That's the biggest part of it for me.
Okay. All right. Awesome. 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 So, you are an entrepreneur. So, tell us a little bit about your business niche.
I'm sorry.
Tell us a little bit about your business niche.
Oh, okay, yes. So basically, I feel like we're in the digital age. We're at a time to where you can really take advantage of the internet if you understand how to with the right resources. And not I've created, but I've partnered with a company that created an umbrella or ecosystem, if you will, that will help you generate income through multiple streams. For example, if let's say you wanted to have your own online store and sell certain products or services, what we'll do is teach you how to structure your online store, teach you how to properly market, to funnel customers to your store, things of that nature. So more so drop shipping and in the e-commerce space. Um, we also educate people on how to trade in the binary options market, the foreign exchange market, buying and selling currency for a profit. Cryptocurrency, knowing when to buy and hold Bitcoin and Ripple and Dogecoin, things of those nature, and just keeping you up to date on what's happening in the digital world on a consistent basis. So being able to do that, I love helping people and I love educating people. And at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. So if I could
Right.
just educate you and let you know what's going on, at least you can make a educated decision on if you want to partner and we can make stuff happen together. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. I like that. So, there may be someone that's out there that want to reach out to you and connect with you. And notice that we have her Facebook scrolling across the screen. And if you're on Instagram, you want to connect with her, all you got to do is type in "everything attached to me wins,"
Yes.
and you can connect with Brittany there.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
what made you decide to become an entrepreneur?
Well, that decision really stemmed from knowing ball can't be life forever. Ball is life currently, but I've had two knee surgeries already, and with age, that career has to come to an end. So that's really what made me make the decision to choose entrepreneurship and think ahead for my kids instead of worrying about myself in the moment right
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. Your kids.
now.
Okay, all right. Do you have any kids now?
Not yet, but
No.
I'm thinking about them.
All right. So what would you say is the best part of being an owner of your own business?
The best part about being an owner of your own business, I would definitely say having the opportunity and the potential to own your own time. In the beginning, there may be a lot of sacrifices being made to where you're not necessarily owning your time, but I feel like it's kind of like a plane taking off. You have to put it into full gear to get off the ground. And eventually you're going to get into cruise control, but you have to go hard in the beginning to get to the cruise control so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. But definitely owning your own time. Owning your own time is what I would say.
Yeah, well, owning your own time is something that a lot of people need to start focusing on because you can get more money, you can get more
Yep.
things, but you can never get more time. Once it's gone, right?
Thing gone.
So, absolutely agree with that and love that part. So, do you have any wisdom for young people who are considering getting into entrepreneurship?
Definitely don't have any fear. Don't have any fear and don't care what people think. At the end of the day, you have to trust yourself and trust the people who've laid the foundation out for you and just go with your gut all day long. Like, just be fearless.
Yeah, I love that. Go with your gut. Be fearless. Live your dream and not somebody else's dream. Right. Um, great advice. So, um, think back. I know you're still, young and growing, but how have your priorities changed from the time you started your business till today?
The way that my priorities changed from the time I started until today is being more intentional. I think in the beginning, things were super, super fresh in terms of learning and being a sponge, but it's nothing if you don't apply that knowledge. So just being intentional about the application of the knowledge and being consistent with that. So that would be the biggest difference in my priority.
Okay. All right. So, Brittany, now I know you're a professional athlete, always working out, trying to show your guns. I see pictures. All right. All right. So now nobody's home. It's just you and the four walls. What dessert are you gonna eat?
Ooh, probably some apple pie with some hot apple pie with some ice cream.
Oh man. Hey, when that happens, you better call me. Yes. That's a great dessert to have. So what would you say, Brittany, has been the driving force in your life so far?
The driving force, definitely my family. Um, my grandparents are from the French Caribbean, Saint Martin and Guadeloupe, and they actually did not get a chance to graduate from high school, but they did the best that they can, and they had an entrepreneur mindset. My grandfather was a fisherman in St. Croix, and my grandmother owned her own daycare in St. Croix. So together they had 7 kids, and all 7 kids graduated from high school and college. So that really just set. It's so crazy how you could change a generation with
Right.
one decision. So now with my generation, everybody's already finished college, pretty much have an entrepreneurial mindset. So there definitely is my driving force, my family, and the foundation they laid. So shout
Okay. All right.
out to them.
So do you envision yourself ever living back in St. Croix?
Oh yes, of course. I cannot wait. But definitely see myself living there after I retire and hit most of my goals. So I definitely will retire and live the rest of my life out of my hometown. There's no place like home, and the food is oh my gosh.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So do you know how to cook?
Yes.
Oh,
Still
okay.
learning. Still learning, but yeah,
Okay. All right. All right. Because you got to keep those traditions that your grandmother passed on, right?
that's the fact.
um, so, um, with the stuff that you're doing, I know you've been extremely busy, but you've decided to enter into a PhD program,
Yes.
which is an outstanding achievement and accomplishment. But what made you decide to continue your education and go back and get your doctorate degree?
Well, occupational therapy is something that I've always wanted to do, especially dealing with pediatrics. When I was growing up in St. Croix, my grandmother, like I said earlier, had a daycare, so I would help her a lot, and that's where I really grew a love for children. And one of my uncles um, just opened up his third location for pediatrics in occupational therapy, and just visiting their clinics and doing different internships, I really fell in love with the field and fell in love with how you can help the little ones progress and transform. And I'm all about progression. So it just brings me back to just being a point guard. Any way that I can assist, I'm definitely down for it. So that's one of the main reasons why I chose that field. And, um, they offered the doctorate program, and I met all the requirements, and I said, why not? Let's go.
Okay, let's jump at it.
Let's go.
Okay, all right, nothing wrong with that. Well, that is awesome. And so when do you start?
I start June 2022. I was actually supposed to start this June 2021. But my mom, she suffered a stroke in her thalamus. So I asked the university if they can defer my enrollment to next year, and they allowed me to do so. So I'll be starting next June 2022 instead.
Okay, all right. Well, awesome. And we want to wish best wishes to you in that. And we're going to say some prayers, continue to say prayers for your mom that she have a speedy recovery.
Thank you.
Um, so, leaders come in in all different types of packages with different types of strengths, right?
Right.
What strengths do you feel? Give us 2 or 3 strengths that you feel are important for leaders to have.
I would definitely say tenacity. You gotta be tenacious. You gotta get after it, and just gotta go hard. Because leaders lead by example. You know, so you have to be able to display what you want to be seen in your followers. Another thing I would say is charisma. Um, you want to have that energy about you, that will allow you to attract more people like yourself to yourself. Um, so charisma, and another thing I would say is persistence. You want to be persistent because no matter, there's going to be so many trials and tribulations that's going to occur through your process, but you have to keep breaking through to get to the next level. So just continue to be persistent, having faith, and trusting your process, and you'll make things happen. Just don't stop.
Okay. All right. Well, we know that you had tenacity on the floor, and you're powering through, playing sports, going back to school, taking care of your mom. You got to have tenacity to do all those things, um, and then the charisma, the smile, being able to attract the right type of people to you, and then persistence. So all of those qualities are right in you. So awesome. We'll keep that up. So, what strategies did you first use when you were decided to go into business? What strategies helped you as you were getting started?
Definitely social media. Social media really helped me just get my ideas out there, get the product out there, um, sharing it with my friends, associates. That's really been the main platform, that's really helped me out in the beginning to get to where I am so far. So,
Okay. All right. Social media was the big thing for you then.
yeah,
Well, yeah, in this generation, if you're not on social media, there's going to be a problem with your business, right?
that's a fact.
And Brittany is all over social media. So if you want to get in contact with her, you see right across the screen on Facebook, it's Brittany.Matthews, Matthew, and then everything attached to me wins on Instagram. Now that's powerful right there, folks. So if you're looking to win, now look, let me tell you, if you're not looking to win, don't go there. But if you're looking to win, you better get on over there. So, Brittany, what is one thing we should know about you that or that we don't know, or one thing I should know about you that I don't know?
One thing, I'm definitely not average. Like, I sit up and I think about people that don't even exist, like my kids. Like I just think about all the things that I could be doing um, to put things in alignment. Um, and I also could sing. So
Can you?
yeah, that's something
Okay.
you didn't know. I feel like you knew the first one, so I was like,
Yeah, I
well,
knew the first one.
let me do something else in there.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I already knew you weren't average. So you can sing. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna have to test your vocal cords out one day and see you can really sing, or you just have one of those in the house voices. So, um, so if you had to list out a couple things, one or two things that you learned about yourself um, as being a business owner that you didn't know before, right? As we go through our journey of building a business, we always learn something about us that we didn't realize.
Yeah. Um, One thing, I'm gonna go back to this word again, tenacious. Like when I have like momentum, like we going crazy, the team is growing, like everybody's eating. That is one thing I learned about myself is I'm very tenacious in that space, and it's just like a flow state. It's like you just flow. It's like you can't explain it. It's the law of attraction is just pouring everywhere. And another thing is just definitely having patience. I learned that I have a lot of patience because you have to have patience.
Yeah.
This, and yeah, those two, tenacity and patience for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, you mentioned several things in there, right? The law of attraction, and then having the patience and tenacity about business, because it's never easy being an entrepreneur. Everybody, I want to own my own business, right?
Hmm.
Until you actually own your own business and you realize just because you hung that shield up that says Brittany Matthews Enterprises doesn't mean everybody's going to come running.
Nope.
In fact, they're going to start running away.
The opposite way. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to have patience and tenacity to make it through those peaks and valleys. So how did you, when you had those valleys, right? How did you make it through? What things helped you?
Definitely leaning on my mentors and being mindful of who do you listen to. Because if you're not listening to someone or something, you're listening to yourself.
Hmm.
And when you're going through those peaks and valleys, self ain't really messing with you right now. So you definitely have to be mindful of the things that you're listening to in those moments to help you get past that threshold to the other side to where you need to be. So definitely, who do you listen to?
Yeah, well, if you're only listening to yourself, sometimes you're not going to get better,
Mm.
right? So you're definitely right. You got to make sure you know who it is you're listening to, and what they're saying, right? And how can that apply to you, your life, and the journey that you're going on you're going on. So yeah, love that. So you talked about a mentor. Okay, so what would you say is one of the biggest things you learned from your mentor in the last 6 months?
Self confidence. There's a formula called the self confidence formula. And if you don't realize, see, we're all made perfect in God's image. And once you realize that, then you could do anything. But a lot of people, they doubt themselves because they more so focused on what society and what outsiders have to say about them and their image. They let others create their image instead of creating it on their own. So definitely creating your self image, visualizing how you want to see, visualizing yourself as the successful person you already are. Taking 10 to 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and just visualizing you. What are you wearing? What fragrance are you wearing? How do you look today? How do you feel? How do you make others feel? And just using that visualization and turning it into your reality, just doing that consistently and reading out the self-confidence formula on a daily basis. I actually have it right here real quick.
Okay.
And then I have it to where I signed it at the very bottom. So I definitely recommend people taking a look at this formula. You can just type in the self-confidence formula, and it'll come right up. I got that from Bob Proctor and my mentor, David Emanitier.
Okay.
So, yeah. Self-confidence formula.
All right. Self-confidence formula, folks. You heard it right here from Ms. Britney Matthews. It works, and you need it. Just Google self-confidence formula, and you too will be able to implement that in your life, in your business, and everything that you do.
Yes.
You may win, folks. Well, you may win if other people don't believe in you, but you will never win if you don't believe in you. Right? So you got to remember that. And this self-confidence formula will help you if you're ready to bring it into your consciousness and let it help you. Right? So, Brittany, we have a section on here that's called Would You Rather?
Okay.
Right? So we're going to play a little Would You Rather.
Okay.
All right. So
I like games.
Would you rather meet your great-grandparents or your great-grandchildren?
My great-grandchildren.
Great-grandchildren. All right. Would you rather have a life rewind button or a life pause button?
A life pause button.
All right. All right. Would you rather no one show up at your wedding or no one show up at your funeral?
No one show up at my wedding.
Okay. All right. And audience, I forgot to tell you, you can play along with this. Just type your answer in the comments. All right. Would you rather be stuck in an elevator or on a ski lift?
On an elevator or what?
Ski lift.
Ooh, a ski lift. A ski lift. A ski lift. Yeah.
No, can't do it. Can't do it. Would you rather go to dinner alone or to a concert alone?
A concert alone.
A concert. All right. Would you rather go skydiving or bungee jumping?
Skydiving.
Skydive. Oh. No, can't do it. So, would you rather be an adult your whole life or a kid your whole life?
Oh, a kid my whole life.
Oh, you don't want that responsibility, huh?
Nope. I didn't sign up for this.
You see, you had those moments when you were growing up going, I'll be glad when I'm grown and out of here.
Not no more.
Exactly. So would you rather have free Apple products forever or free Wi-Fi wherever you go?
Free Apple products for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you rather fulfill your biggest wish or resolve your biggest regret?
Fulfill my biggest wish.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, we're not going to ask you what the biggest wish is, but all right. So, couple more here. Would you rather own your own private island or your own private jet?
My own private jet, so I could go to any private island.
Okay, all right. You want to be a ninja or a pirate?
A ninja, so I could. Yeah, ninja for sure.
All right, you can throw that star. That's what I want to do, is throw that star. Exactly. Last one. Would you rather have $1 million in Amazon gift cards or have $100,000 in real money?
I would say $1 million in Amazon gift cards because I could flip that.
Yes, that's what I say too. You're shopping on Amazon all the time anyway. In fact, I'm waiting on a package from Amazon today. So see,
See?
could have hooked up a gift card.
Yep.
I'll be calling you up saying, Britney, hook a brother up with a gift card.
Yep. And I'll be sending it right your way too. No hesitation.
All right. Well, thank you for playing that round of Would You Rather.
Thank you. That was fun.
So, what would you say, Brittany, has been the best thing that's happened to you this year? Now, hold on a second before you answer that. I'm not talking about coming on the show.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, you're funny. The best thing that's happened to me this year, I would say definitely getting accepted to get my degree for my doctorate in occupational therapy. This isn't actually my first time applying, it's my second time. I applied in 2018 and it was actually a master's program at the time, and I didn't get accepted because my graduate record exam scores were pretty low. However, this time around, the GRE, they actually waived that component because of COVID. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. Exactly. So they actually changed it from masters. They completely wiped out masters and changed it to a doctorate program, and no GRE. So I got in, and now I'm going to be a doctor instead of a master. So
yeah. There you go. That is awesome. Dr. Matthew.
Loading.
So have you started thinking about whether they're gonna call you Dr. Matthew, or are you gonna say Dr. Brittany? What's your middle name?
My middle name is Kevia. My dad's name is Kevin, so my mom, Kevia.
Okay, so, all right. So it's gonna be Dr. Brittany Kevia Matthew.
Yes. However, look, you can call me Dr. Britt, Dr. B, Dr. Matthew, Dr. Whatever float your boat.
Okay. All right. All right. I like that. Well, that is awesome. So, you've had a lot of success in your life, but we've all also had failure, right? So tell us a time where you had a failure, and what was the failure and what you learned from it?
A time I had a failure was in 2013, my junior year of college. I was going up for a routine layup that I always do. Boom, tear my ACL. And that moment completely changed my life. It really taught me to not take anything for granted, whether it's basketball, whether it's family, whether anything, not being able to play the sport that you love and, participating in something that removes stress for 10, 11 months was very, very difficult. So definitely drew me nearer to God. Definitely drew me nearer to God and my relationship with Him. And one of the biggest things that stood out to me in the midst of that failure was my coach gave me an opportunity to mentor another point guard on the team. And I just would sit with her and show her how I watch film and the things that I did on a consistent basis to help the team win. And when I was out, we lost the first few games, but then once I started mentoring the young lady, we started winning, and we ended up winning our conference championship at the end of that year. So, it was a blessing in disguise. So super grateful.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. So listeners, you're listening to future Dr. Brittany Matthew. In fact, Brittany Kevia Matthew. And if you want to stay connected with her, just connect on her Facebook page. It's just Britney, Facebook, and then Britney.Matthew. If you want to connect with her on Instagram, everything attached to me wins. Just that title right there, right? Tells you who she is and what she's about. She's about winning. And if you're ready to win, then you need to attach to her. If you're not ready to win, go down the street. Pass up her Instagram page. But if you're ready to win, then get attached to Britney. Now, you may not have heard the professional basketball player. She's just got accepted into a PhD program. She's an entrepreneur. She's helping take care of her sick mother. So she's a winner. She's a person, and she said it earlier, I'm not average. She's not an average person. If you want to be a not average person, then you need to find everything attached to me. Right on Instagram. It's very easy, folks. Or if you want to Facebook, Britney.Matthew, and you'll see she's a winner. She's not average. And she can help take you to another level. She's working on a team that helps people understand how to have multiple streams of revenue, helping people understand how to change the trajectory of their life. So make sure you follow our friend Britney Matthew. So Britney, let's keep going here. We know that the journey to being an entrepreneur is never easy, and we talked a little bit about that earlier. But what would be 2 or 3 pieces of advice that you would give someone? There's always people who are right on the brink of giving up, quitting. They had a dream to become an entrepreneur, right? They decided to take action and do it. But everything is not working out the way that they thought it was going to work out, right? Now they're thinking about quitting and giving up. What's the piece of advice you would give to that person?
Winners never quit, and quitters never win. So just keep going. Like, it's just that simple. Like, it's a marathon. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's not something that's you just wake up and it's there. You really have to trust and understand it's a process. Like, before you get to where you want to be, you have to become a certain type of person. So your focus should not be on your present situation or your present result. Your focus is to begin with an end in mind and focus on where you want to be, and just run with it. Winners never quit, and quitters never run. Quitters never win, excuse me.
Yeah, well, that's very simple, folks. You got to have that tenacity and persistence to win. So what she's saying is, don't quit on your dream. The road may get difficult. The road may get tough. You may not have a client for several months, but you have to be persistent and you have to be willing to hang in there and keep telling the story over and over and over. So you can't tell a story some days and not other days. You can't tell the story 2 or 3 times. You might have to go 5, 6, or 7 times. You can't tell the story to one person. You might have to tell it to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. You have to understand, if you want to win, it's not a marathon, she said. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? So be persistent, have tenacity, have consistency, and have that, she said it earlier, charisma, the energy to attract the people you want. See, the law of buy-in says that people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. And the law of magnetism says we attract who we are. So if you are trying to attract high quality people, you need to be a high quality person. If you're trying to attract high energy people, you need to have some high energy. if you're trying to attract 8s and 9s on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being low, 10 being high, then you need to be an 8 or 9. You see, you're not going to attract 8s and 9s if you are 1 or 2. It just doesn't happen. You see, I only attract 8s, 9s, and 10s. And that's who you need to be working toward, right? And Britney hangs out with me every now and then. Even though she's a 10, I'm a 7 or something.
You're funny.
So, what's your favorite free time activity, Britney?
My favorite free time activity? Playing ball.
Playing ball, okay.
Playing ball and hanging out with friends, good friends.
Okay, all right. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. If you had a favorite vacation spot, where would that be and why?
Vacation spot? Does a cruise ship count?
Hey, if that's it, I've seen you on all kind of different places, saying, yeah, you should be here. So you gotta have a favorite spot now.
Well, my favorite spot, honestly, is my hometown, St. Croix, because it doesn't get old. I don't have a favorite spot though, but I love St. Croix, so definitely the Virgin Islands. Anywhere in the Virgin Islands, put me in St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, and we good.
Okay, all right. So if I gave you $1 million right now, what would you do with it?
Right now, I would probably buy some real estate so I can continue to grow that million. I would definitely pay off all of my family members' mortgages so they don't have to worry about that. As well as all of their expenses, really. But definitely put my money in places where it can grow and continue to grow over and over and over. So that million turns into 2, 3, 4, 5 billion.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. All right. So here's my final question for you. If there was a book, Britney, that was written about you, what would the title of the book be? And what would the summary in the back of the book say about you?
Title: Relentless. Caribbean princess that never quits, that never gives up, goes hard for the yard. She sees the vision, she sees the light in others, and that's why she and they shine. She grows, she flows, she loves, and that's why God blesses her from above.
Look at that. You thought about that one. Okay, you thought about that one.
Off the dome.
I like that. Relentless is the books, folks, that's going to be coming out. Now, we just need to ask Britney one last question. When is the book coming?
You can expect to see that maybe in 2023, early 2024, maybe sooner, but stay tuned. Stay following me for updates, and we may drop sooner.
Okay, all right. Well, I want the first copy.
It will be signed.
Yes, I want. I was gonna say I have to have mine personally signed.
I got it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Britney, for coming on the show. I hope you enjoyed yourself today.
Absolutely. Thank you. I just want to give it right back up to you for being an amazing friend, mentor, leader, and I'm super grateful for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, I've definitely enjoyed knowing you all these years, from when you were just in high school, on the basketball floor, all quiet, and now you've grown into this vibrant woman who is making moves and doing things positive in the world, ready to change the world and take it on in all kind of ways and fashions. And it's just awesome to see you shine.
Thank you so much, Mr. LaFleur.
Yeah, absolutely. So hey, wait a minute. Wait. I tell everybody, Mr. LaFleur is my grandfather. I am Cedrick. So,
Oh my God.
so folks, make sure you tune in. Oh, wait a minute. On Friday, we're going to have Friday Mental Motivation. And you know, on Fridays with Friday Mental Motivation, it's 8:30 in the morning, and we're going to bring you 15 minutes of hard pain motivation to get you fired up, pumped up, and ready to end your week well and ready to take off and shine through the weekend, folks. And so make sure you tune in for Friday Mental Motivation. On Monday, join us at 6:30 Central Time for another version of Talk Leadership with Cedrick. We come back on Tuesday with another version on at 5:30 Central Time. On Wednesday, you can catch us at noon for Cut the Cord. When you're ready to go to another level, you have to cut the cord and let yourself elevate and float on up to the top. And that's what we're all about. And I want to tell you, the only difference between ordinary and extraordinary is the word extra. And look, for all you academics out there, I know the word is extraordinary, but I don't like that word. I like extraordinary. See, the only difference between winning and losing is belief. The only difference between hot water and boiling water is 1 degree. You see, at 211 degrees, water's hot. At 212 degrees, water boils. With boiling water comes steam. With steam, you can power a train. The only difference between a person reaching their full potential and not reaching their full potential is desire. So make sure you have the desire to be extraordinary. Not some days, not most days, not every other day, but every day and twice on Sunday. Now, folks, I'm going to leave you with this. As I leave you every week, make sure you remember and understand, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And don't be on the menu. Thank you, guys, and good night.